everyone. Welcome to Speak Easy with Love. This is what an incredible moment that I have with this beautiful queen right here next to me. I'm so excited to pray and to encourage and to inspire and uplift you today with this gorgeous, gorgeous queen from the heart of Detroit, Michigan, who now finds her way representing the beautiful state of Texas. Without further ado, I'm not going to tell you who she is. I'm going to let her speak for herself. Queen B, take it away.
Well, hello, Joanna. It's a fabulous day here. I'm in the Metro Detroit area, and my name is Tina Sarsovich, for those of you that don't know, and I am representing Texas in the United States National Pageant in 2021. And I am
Woo-hoo!
beyond excited to do that. I love Texas. It's been so good to me, and I'm just excited for the rest of the year and the opportunities and adventures that are on the horizon.
Yeah, we were just moments before we went live chatting it up about all the fun travel that Miss Tina's been doing this year. And she just was lighting my heart up as a fellow independent woman and shining grace and light and dignity to independence. And I think that's value. And as you know, someone that is the Ms. Woman United States, it's an awesome role to play because it really shows what a woman today looks like, a woman that is independent, a woman that is, living her dreams by her own right and inspiring others along the way. And I remember when I, was graced with your presence at nationals last year. It was in each other's hands and we prayed, and I just knew you were going to be my friend forever. There was a room full of women, and in that room and in that space full of women, you were the only one that I trusted my energy with, that I felt, safe and grounded with. And so there were many moments, I'm sure you remember, I'm like, will you just pray with me? Will you just pray
Yes,
with me? And we did. And we
yes.
we kind of tuned out everything that went on in that room. And for that moment, it was just us. And we honed in on our power and that significance. And that, makes all the difference. And, during these times in our world right now where things can feel hella crazy out there, it's so
It's so
awesome to
true.
know that you have shining stars that are surrounding you, that are feeding you, and that are encouraging you, and that are holding strong by their own right. And that strength that radiates, right? It radiates to others that are also trying to do that same thing. And so I'm greatly appreciative that my energy attracted yours and that we get to hang out today.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And I just feel so honored that I was put there in that time, that presence. And I just love how God just shows up and just uses us. If we're willing, He just shows up
Yes.
and He just puts people in the right place at the right time. And I'm honored. I'm honored to serve and to touch other people and to encourage people. I think it's so important. I think it's important, like, for all of us to see who we can lift up and who we can raise up, and it really needs to reflect in our attitude and how we show up. We got to show up believing that the best in ourselves and others. And when we do that, we can
And you said
encourage.
two, yeah, and you said two really epic words: show up.
Yes.
And I'm so it certainly hasn't stopped me by no means, but I would be, lying if I didn't say I felt discouraged with how many people have chosen to shut down instead of show up, and how many people have decided to divide instead of connect. And the value and the power that we have when we show up, even in times that are uncomfortable, and even when times when we feel challenged, just showing up, that in itself provides so much incredible value. And that's really, in my opinion, when God works his greatest miracles. But you've got to do that. You've got to show up, and you do that relentlessly. And I praise you for that. I really,
Oh,
really do.
thank you. It's
Thank you.
it's my joy to get in there and
I can tell.
to make a difference. Like, who can I touch? It's like a little game. Who can I touch? And like, what can I do? Who can I make
I
smile
get it. I
today?
totally get it.
It's my heart. It just is, because I feel so fortunate about my life. And things weren't always perfect in my life. I've had a lot of adversity, But we can't hang on to that adversity. We got to wake
No,
up every day with a fresh mindset that
right.
yesterday's over and today's a new day for us to
Yeah,
do whatever we want, to accomplish whatever we want, and to set goals
indeed.
and go for them.
So true. And, sometimes, I have a story that isn't very pretty. And will hear someone say, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And I always, will kind of smile right back and say, "Don't be." Although my story isn't pretty, it's powerful and it's got purpose. And sometimes that's where the beauty is, in the power and the purpose. And, you know, when we change the way that we look at things, and that goes back to a word you said earlier, attitude.
Yes.
It's like putting really good gas in your car, really good food in your body, feeding your
Mhm.
soul with really good, message and word. It changes everything. And it doesn't mean that we don't have days where our hearts can feel weary, but when we surround ourselves around those that are also doing that inner work and have that positivity, even on those days when we feel weary, we can turn and lean in or lean over, and someone will be right there going, "No, no, no, no wavering.
Yes.
Hone in," right? Hone in.
It's so powerful to encourage people. And Jordan, I love what you said because your story is messy, and just like mine is messy. And we could be a statistic and just like cower down. But what I feel about it is that I feel honored that I got to walk through the life that I did, because God could trust me with that pain, and He knew that I would use that pain as a catalyst, to a stepping stone to go out and help other people that
Mm,
are downtrodden and broken, that I could be the voice for them, that I could
yeah,
care for them and love on them and love them back
love
to
on
health.
them.
And that
Yeah,
is an honor and a privilege to me. And that pain that I've walked through, I would do it all over again, knowing what I know today. And it was messy too, believe me. But I don't focus on that. I focus on what I take from it. And I
yeah,
take that I can be a healing hand to somebody else.
absolutely, absolutely.
Mhm.
No, it's a choice. It's a choice to break a barrier rather than become a statistic. It's a choice to
Yeah.
break a barrier rather than be angry because someone doesn't understand you. It's a
Mhm.
choice to be bitter and resentful, or to look at it like, I'm going to overcome this. I'm a believer. I'm going to be stronger from it. So, that is what I always see through you. And I'm just wondering, what was it that worked through you in order for you to be here today?
I think my purpose is God, okay? Because everything I am and have is because of Him. I mean, I was homeless at the age of 15, and you know
Wow.
what? He carried me, that I finished school. Like, who would think that you finish school and it's more important than when you're homeless and your family's not
Why were you
supporting you?
homeless at 15?
I
What
came from a very I came from abuse in every form. And
happened?
the final straw was that I said, I am not, my mother left when I was 2 months old. My dad was not a healthy person, but we'll just move on. And at 15, I said, I am not going to put up with this anymore. And I'm
Mhm.
leaving. I walked out the door, I hitchhiked, and I said, I'm never coming back. And if you come after me, I'm calling the police and I'm telling them. And I went to school, and I slept on a bus, and I became emancipated because I finally shared it with some teachers, because they saw me looking disheveled, and they helped me to become emancipated and get my own
Wow.
apartment at 16. And
Wow.
so um that's the only
You
lifestyle I
are
knew. I
strong.
didn't know anything different. So I feel honored that in that loneliness, in that time of fear, God was with me the whole time. Now we don't see that until we look back. When we
Yeah.
look back, we can see how He carried us, how He delivered us, how, like,
Right.
every single thing, because it's impossible for me to accomplish anything that I've accomplished without God directing my steps, which led me, everything I went through led me to this moment, to this purpose that He ordained for me. And I stepped into it.
Yeah. I just need to take a moment and just sip that up.
Mm,
That's good stuff there, sister. So
yeah.
today, you speak through this space of overcoming. and you speak from this space of ultimate gratitude. And when you speak, who are you speaking to?
I'm speaking honestly to the whole world because I just want to shout to the rooftops and tell
Yeah.
everybody what an amazing world we have, what an amazing country we live in, and how fortunate that we are. And that if we just change our mindset and do a few exercises every morning, we can get to the place where we wake up, we feel victorious, and we get excited. And when we get excited about our day, nothing can stop us. We can
No,
achieve anything. And people are so tired all the time. They're tired because they've given up.
those thoughts were heavy.
And we got to let go of the past. We can't change it. We can't change it. So we embrace it and we grow and learn from it and we heal.
Yeah.
We allow ourselves to be healed. And then when you get healed, you can help everybody around you. And it's beautiful. It's just, I mean, I think life is breathtaking every day. I'm just like, and do I have challenges? Yes. Do I cry sometimes because I have a difficulty? Yeah, I'm human. I
Yeah.
bleed when I cut, but
Yes.
yeah,
I
I
feel you
say
on that one. Yeah.
right. Every day is a great day. I might have some obstacles that things don't turn out and they get really ugly or uncomfortable because I'm human, but I don't let them take my joy. We have
Yeah.
the opportunity to give our power away or or to hold on to it and not let people take our power, especially when you come from a life that you came from and I came from. We learn to
You had no
control.
choice. Yeah. So now that you have the choice, we make it, so much more intentional, right?
Yes.
It's a game changer. I know that in this last year, watching the different choices that I made, um, when I observe and I look at what comes up in me and I look at how many different choices are in that very moment to make. And you realize the empowerment in making the choice that's right for you. And when you make that choice that's right for you, you also have this little not I at least do this little knock on your heart that is God just saying,
Yeah.
yeah, good job. That's the way. Keep going. No,
Yes.
go. you know, and every time you feel like you're welcomed with open arms to beautiful souls that are on that same, thought, that are in that same energy, that same vibration, that same space. And it's like they're welcoming you to this big party that is truly filled with joy. And it doesn't mean that people don't have challenges. You're absolutely right. But it's in a tribe of people that understand that it's the challenge that makes you strong
Yes.
and gives you the victories to celebrate from that joy and with that grace.
Mm-hmm.
So, where are you today? Now, I know that you travel a lot. You're my little travel bug. Where are you today? Where are you taking this call from?
I'm in the Metro Detroit area and I'm
Okay.
working. And then from here, I am going to Tennessee for a few days. So I
Okay.
have some business to take care of there.
Okay.
Hmm.
And what are you doing for work? Tell us,
Um,
for those that don't know what you do for work.
well, I have salons. So I have a business in Michigan and then I have a office in Texas that I do hair there and I do hair in Florida. I have a chair that I rent at a salon. So I do three different states and I'm also a coach and I
We lost your volume.
is it back?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I just launched my nonprofit and
Ooh, tell me about that.
oh, I'm so elated.
What?
So
Tell me.
yeah, it's fabulous. I mean,
How do
and
I not know this? Tell me more.
yeah, and I just got a call yesterday. Somebody because I wanted to start a girls' school in Florida, and I've been working on the nonprofit. And somebody called me yesterday and offered a property um, to donate to my nonprofit,
Yeah.
and I was really not going to do this till the end of next year. I put up a Facebook post a few months ago saying by the end of December
Yeah.
2022, I want to for women that, abuse, which is dear to
Mhm.
my heart, homeless, or sex trafficking, anything where a woman feels
Horrible
that
what's
she,
going on. Yeah.
is not whole. So we can
So she
teach
can get
life
that
skills.
recovery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
life
Good.
skills.
Good.
Okay, how to love herself, how to manage a checkbook, how to do a resume, how to
That's
just
right.
eating at a dinner table,
We're
showing
so
up.
on the same page. Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
Just the life skills to love themselves and appreciate themselves. So I put it up for December and it is just flowing way faster than I thought. So I don't know what God's doing, but I'm excited. He knows that I will take the challenge, whatever it is. And I just think it's an opportunity because I want to feed into women and let them know that they don't need to take as much time to heal. Let's bring this faster. Let's put the right people and the tools in the right place and the education so that they
Right.
can
Good.
feel. Yeah, because I didn't have that stuff. So I mean, I had the Holy Spirit and I had God, but I made a lot of detours and curves, and you know what I mean, and
Sure. Oh
that
yeah.
maybe I want to help somebody that they don't have to take as many detours,
Mhm. Mhm.
and make better
Yeah.
choices along the where
I
we
do.
all
I
get.
am. I spend some time volunteering in a refuge home right now, and it's a beautiful property that's in, kind of tucked away, a secret
Yeah.
location, and there's women from all over the world that have been human trafficked. And oftentimes they'll say to me, because there's a program, right? There's a process, and it's
Hmm.
about 18 months that the girls are invited to stay and recover. And oftentimes that I'll come and they'll say, "What we want, what you have. How is that so quick? How is that so fast?" And I have them close their eyes and I say, "Take a deep breath in. Where are you right now? Are you safe?
Yes.
Are you supported?
Hmm.
Are you loved? Stay there." And sometimes someone just needs to hear that, especially when they're in crisis and they're so throttled by the trauma of what has happened to them. It's riddling them with nightmares and flashbacks,
Yes.
and sometimes you just need one person just like you to say, "Welcome home. Let's give you what you need." You know why? Because you're worth it. And I'm here to do this as someone that's been through this. So keep going. Keep going, my sweet queen. That's beautiful.
Yeah, mine too.
Wonderful,
I just want to
wonderful,
be a
wonderful.
cheerleader and just cheer
Yes.
these women on to say, it doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter what happened to you. I mean, it does, but it matters the choices that you make, and
Yeah.
it matters that's how you're going to finish. The choices you
Yeah.
make is how you finish, and that's what's important because no
Yeah.
matter what happened to you, you can do anything you want to do and be anything. And it's like my dream, and I work on it a little bit, but it's like to write a book, Homeless Teen to Beauty Queen. It's really
Ah, that's
really
awesome.
my passion
Yes.
to let other women know
You'll
that
do it.
they are
You'll
not
do it.
limited. They are not limited because of somebody else's choices against them or their bad choices they may have made.
Right. Yeah. And why did you have you always competed, or what is your journey there with?
No, I
Are
had
you
never
I
I
didn't
had never been on a stage at all
Uh-huh.
before last year.
Me
So
neither. I didn't know that. So that was your first time too.
yeah, yeah,
Me too. Gosh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't even do bikini or anything. Like I had never even been
Yeah.
nothing. So I just started doing hair for the pageants, and actually I would volunteer my services. It wasn't like I was getting paid. I was volunteering doing people's hair. And then I was going to state to do that. And this one director, she's like, "Tina," I was in fabulous shape then. She's like, "Tina, you need to try these clothes
You're
on."
still in fabulous shape. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You're like an
Yeah.
angel.
She's like, "You need to
Perfection.
try these clothes on." We were in Kentucky, and she's like, they were the most beautiful dresses. And then she started selling them to me for like minimal, like $25 a dress, pageant dresses.
What?
And yeah, and she's in Kentucky. So
You'll have to share her information.
she's amazing. So yeah, so anyway, so she put the bug in my ear, and I've been
That's such a
serving.
Midwest phrase. The
Yeah.
bug in
And
my ear. I love that.
right. And I've been volunteering for over 2 decades. I've been volunteering my whole life. And so people knew that, I served the homeless and I served the seniors and the
Yes.
vets and all kinds of stuff. So they actually came to me and they said, you would be perfect. Why don't you compete? And I was just
Right.
like, oh my gosh, like I just didn't think, like I never dreamed. And now I just see the pageant does so much for
Oh
us.
my Well,
We,
it's incredible. I like you. My eyes are wide open now, and I feel very like I will forever give back to this organization and this
yes.
culture of women because of all the greatness that they're achieving in this space. It's beautiful,
The United
beautiful
States
to watch
national
every.
pageant has changed my life. And the
Yeah,
women,
mine
like
too.
people don't understand, like it's not about being a pretty face. It is about
No,
we are connecting with women that are serving their communities, that genuinely care. They have platforms and
yep.
they're working on them
Oh,
weekly,
it gives me the
daily,
chills. You are
monthly.
so on it.
And
Yes.
it is like this pageant doesn't need us. We need this title, you know what I mean, to so that we can reach a broader, spectrum of people to
Hmm.
help to heal. That's what this platform gives us. And it is just an honor and a privilege to me. I am just blown away by the opportunities. I'm just so excited.
Me too. It really is an incredible journey, and I have no experience in it. I mean zero, none, and so I really didn't know. Talk about just letting God drive this home for me because when He asked me to do this, I was like, "What?" I mean, I might have even had an argument with God at that point. I was like, "No, no, no." I mean, I don't know. Wait, why this?
Uh-huh.
But he just kept saying, "This is where you're going. This is what you're doing." And I just said, "Okay," and truly just surrendered to the entire journey. And I feel like I'm just waking up from that dream and going, "Wow, this really happened, and this is really what's become." And
Yeah.
it has changed every direction I went
Hmm.
and was going. I never was pointed in the wrong direction per se, but I had no idea I was going to pivot in some of these directions. So, and it's very mighty. It's glorious, and not just like you said on a beauty sense, on an internal work sense. The
Yes.
accountability that is asked of you is huge. And I personally think the reason why the women in these spaces look so beautiful is because of the inner work that they're doing inside. And their beautiful is just radiating and you can't help but notice. When you see a woman that is empowered or, channeling purpose and, identifying with her strengths and using her weaknesses as a sensation to share transparency and perform, beautiful miracles. That's, I mean, wow, right? Have you ever seen a woman in that space that doesn't look gorgeous?
I know because their skin just starts radiating. And Joanna, I just want to tell you, you have been an amazing inspiration to the whole,
Oh, goodness.
United States women's division and probably I mean, just everywhere you touch, you really have excelled, in your title and you as a person. It has been such a joy to watch you and learn from you. And you've empowered me throughout this year. So it's been an
Really?
honor and a privilege. Oh,
Aw.
yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much.
Well,
Mhm.
thank you. I like I said, I'm so in it. I don't necessarily know. And I think that if I try to know, I'm gonna look too much and think too much and not be. So I try to just, listen and receive and give. Listen, receive and give. Listen, receive and give. And I know you know what that means.
Absolutely. Mhm.
So, with that being said, tell me about how you have transformed your energy from Michigan to Texas. What's that all about, and how does that feel?
Well, I lived permanently in Texas for 20 years. So,
Oh, I didn't know this.
yes,
Another
ma'am.
fun fact. Okay.
Yes. So that's why I still have business in Texas. And I go to Texas. I'm in Texas every month. I have been for, I mean, like at least 6 years or 5 years since I moved back to Michigan. And so I just feel like God is paying me back, honestly, double for my trouble because, you know,
Awesome.
at a young age, the things that I experienced, in Michigan and then in Texas, um, God just showed me, it's like, you know what, you're coming out as a shining light, and
Yeah.
you're going to represent these two states. And Texas is where God grew me up, with a lot of ministers and a lot of healing. And I
Yeah.
mean, just
Okay. So that
amazing.
was my next question is how did you come to all of this? How did all this come to fruition? So yeah, keep letting those details spill. I love it.
We just, I don't know. And so I left. I wanted to get out of Michigan, at a young age after college. So I went to Texas, and then he just raised me up there and just had me studying and learning under ministers and conferences and education and classes. And, he just raised me up learning and
Yeah.
healing me year after year. And then he had me move back to Michigan, and marry my husband, which was my long-term sweetheart. We dated on and off for 25 years. And
Wow.
unfortunately, he went to be with the Lord 7 years ago. And
Oh.
since then, the God has just saying, serve my people, bring healing to my land. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. And, so my heart is really in love with Texas and Michigan. And
So how did you find your way deep into the word of the Lord? What is your ministry there? What is your practice? Share with me some of the things that you've used to personally develop and become who you are so that you can share so profoundly with me and all others.
So I think it's imperative the way that we start the day. I think that we got to
Mhm,
start the day with positive affirmations,
mhm,
gratitude, and it's important to read the Word of God. To
mhm.
me, and some ministers may disagree, and I'm not here to challenge anybody's belief,
Yeah,
but
no, this is
from
just you and
right,
I
it's
talking.
girl
Yeah,
talk.
you and me.
But
That's
for
you and me.
me, I tell people, get in that Bible, read your Bible, because even if you don't understand it and you don't know what it's saying, I promise you, you are going to have a revelation, that day, later that week. And it brings miraculous healing to you. And
Yeah.
you can use everything in the scripture today, and it will work in your life today.
Mhm.
It's over 2,000 years. It's still working. And it just transforms our life. I hang around with other believers, and I'm not ashamed of my faith. I live it. And when things go awry in my life, I live it. I'm like, okay, God, I know this is happening, but you know what? I believe you're in control. And I know you're going to get me through this, because he got me through so many things as a young teen and a young
Yeah.
girl. I mean, I know he's going to get me through this. So it's my faith. My faith is strong, and I read my Bible. I'm in church every Sunday. Some people don't believe that they need to go to church, and
I love
that's
church.
good. I believe that I need to be in corporate worship with other
Yeah.
believers
Yeah.
to encourage me, edify me, and
Yeah. I, I'm I'm on Sunday, I think you and I were texting. I said I got dressed for my king and I went to church and I listened to worship music all afternoon and then pulled over for some brunch and had a date with me because I knew I wasn't alone. I was so filled with the presence of
yeah,
God, and that truly fills me like no other. It's for me, I love to sing. Do you like to sing? Do you like to sing
I
worship?
love to sing. I don't my voice is not good, but when I'm in church, my hands are raised. I am
Right.
singing and praising,
Thank God they
and
play
I
the
don't
music
care
so
who hears
loud.
me.
Because if someone could hear me, I'm like, oh, I'd get kicked out. But it's
It's
dark in
bad.
there, it's loud, I can dance and sing, and it's
See,
so good for me. It's so good for me. Oh my God.
I'm telling you, and that's like, I'm just going to say one thing. You know what? This, like, God honored David. Okay. When he came back and brought the ark, he danced unto God. Okay. It talks about that. And his wife looked at him with scorn. And it's like, we need to dance unto God. We need to celebrate him, celebrate life, celebrate the gifts, celebrate breath. He sustains us every day. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I wish the whole world could get it. I just do. And to be in church for me, it's like I get to go to church because that
Yeah.
message fills me up and teaches me. And then I have a better day. And then I have a
Yeah.
great week. It
Yeah,
inspires
me
me.
too. Me too. Me too. It definitely is an infection that spreads wild through me, and it's the ultimate. It's
I
what sets
get it.
me on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And it's always been for me, you know, a coping mechanism, a really healthy tool that I use to find my way back home, to get myself back in alignment. And I think that's why I mean, I remember growing up in the Midwest, I was pretty sheltered. And I thought everyone was just Catholic and Lutheran. I had no idea anyone was beyond that religiously. That was just all I saw and knew. So when I moved to California and I started to talk with people about what they believed, because it's one of my favorite things is learning about people's culture and what they believe. Um, and so I remember just listening, some people would say I'm Buddhist or I'm Presbyterian or I'm Baptist or I'm Christian. I was just like, what's that? What's that? I was so enamored by all the different ways people believed and found faith and found God. And today as a yoga therapist, I help people find their prayer in their heart through movement, because sometimes not everyone can find that space in church.
Yes.
But I know that as soon as they find that moment, that sacred sweet spot, God's going to be like, "Hey, how you doing?" You know?
Absolutely.
And it won't matter what religion you are, he's going to be right there and bring you right into his house, and speak to you from his language that's going to be just perfect for you. And I've celebrated that for years with people, because I, like you, like to just find little ways that you can just tap in and do something great. And sometimes, it drives people crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I've had people be annoyed with me. You
Me
know?
too.
I bet you have that problem too.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, you're so happy, or it's too much, or you're so big. And I'm like, well, and again, doesn't mean you don't have bad days, right? You don't have challenges, but I guess if at the end of the day that's going to be my biggest problem, so be it. Write that on my grave. She was too much. She was too much. She was too big. Too much love.
I'm going out living my passion. I'm going out like every breath I can to just return the gratitude for what God has done in my life. And
Yeah,
no,
I
I
can see
mean,
that.
it's not always been perfect, but oh my goodness, I can be happy. I mean, I know how to be happy in minuscule places,
Right.
and
That-
I know how to be happy in big, huge places.
right.
And I stay happy in either one. I don't believe in living the life that says, well, I'll be happy if, I'll be happy when. We
Well,
need
and
to be happy
and I
right
think,
now.
yeah, and there's something to be said about that. And sometimes that gets confused, because when you realize that, you also realize that there's always more coming to you, and it's just waiting for you to receive. And I think
Absolutely.
a lot of people can confuse that with someone that's not content, or never happy enough, or it's never enough. And I think that when you realize that abundance is your divine gift to receive,
Amen.
you understand that by simply
Being.
settling or being content. Not that content is a negative thing, because maybe that's not the right word, but by not allowing yourself to receive that more, it's almost like a disrespect to all the beauty and the gifts that God wants to just flood you with and give you.
All day,
And
every
it
day.
holds you, and it holds you back. And I think that is the greatest practice that I'm receiving in my life, is um, from a little girl that didn't come from a whole lot, and was held with lots of limits from spaces of abuse. Now to have the limitless ability of knowing that God's on my side and is my king, and that I can do anything without even planning. I just have to trust and have faith. But yet, when I do plant a seed of intention with a vision, and I ask with great clarity for what it is I want, wow, you almost want to be careful for what you ask for, because you get it quick. Right?
It comes really quick.
It
I
gets really
understand.
quick. And sometimes you're like, oh my God. So,
Fun, isn't it?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Sometimes I just like go, I just look up to the sky and I'm like, wow, God, you just blow my mind. Like when I think he can't blow my mind anymore, he like blows my mind. And I'm just like, this just, it's
I
too
call
much.
that being in awe of life, being in awe. And
Yeah.
I, yeah,
We get it. I mean, our
we,
daddy is so good. It's like he's just so good and he just loves us and he just wants to give and pour into us and watch us smile and be filled with joy. And I mean, I love talking about God. Even in my business, it's like when they're in my chair for several hours, they're
yes,
stuck. They're
yes,
stuck. And
there's
just like
stuff. I love that you say that because if someone said to me, "So Joanna, what do you do for a living?" I in my heart would say I pray with people all day long,
yeah,
but yet I show up as maybe a personal trainer or a yoga teacher or someone that's going to talk about nutrition or someone that's going to sit, you know what I mean? Show up as Miss United States, one day. And it's just silly because really it's just an opportunity. Like you said, they're in your chair
yeah,
and you have time and space to breathe with someone and to be with someone and to, you know, whether it is sometimes I receive from my clients, just as much as
oh yeah,
is giving, but that energy exchange is always in the light of, yes, I'm here because I want to be better. Yes, I'm here because I know that there's more. Yes, I'm here to receive and uplift and transform and be, great because yes, that's what I'm called to do.
yeah. I know. I ask. I'm like, okay, Lord, what's this woman coming for today? Is she really coming for hair, or are we're going deeper? And like now, I just know when people
Yeah.
come to me, it's like they're very rarely are they coming just for hair, and
Yes.
it's like now that I attract them so that they just come right out of the gate and they just tell me like their intimate stuff. Like I don't even got to wait an hour, while I'm doing extensions on them. They just like this client today. I mean, and she's like, I know God sent me here. And I'm like, I know he sent you here too. Like,
Yeah.
thank you. Because it enriches my life. And I'm so honored that he trusts me with a soul that he knows that I will give him the glory, that I will
Yeah.
decrease and allow him to increase
Yeah.
of what and say that the healing is all about him. It's
Right.
nothing me. I'm just the
No.
vessel.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
And that is just it. Like, when you realize that, you know, sometimes people might say, well, how do you, as an energy healer or, how do you do that? What is it? And I'm like, well, I'm not really doing anything. I'm just two words, showing up
Yeah.
and just allow myself to be that instrument or that vessel to just transmute light or whatever is coming through and to be that for whatever that is. And a long time ago, I used to get scared showing up. It was something like I remember just getting sweaty and my heart would beat, showing up was like unpredictable. What is this going to mean? And now I get excited to show up because I've had enough opportunity that has shown me that when you show up, greatness happens. And it's far better than I would have ever planned it. So I don't even try planning it, and it's good stuff.
Mhm.
It usually heals me as much. Couldn't you say?
Always. Oh
Yeah.
yes, always. I receive so much out of it. Just when I'm sharing, whatever it is that I'm supposed to be sharing,
Hmm.
it's words that sometimes that I need to hear in my own personal life, and God is using them to for me to share with somebody else so that I can hear myself like speaking it and saying it. And he's like,
Right.
"There you go. I'm trying to teach you something too." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay, I get it."
Yes. Some like you earlier, you look up and you're like, no.
Isn't it fun? Isn't it like it's like a game to me? It's just so fun. Like I can't wait to get out and see. Okay, what's gonna happen today? Like what
What's gonna
adventure?
happen?
I know something's good is gonna happen around me, and
I feel like you're
I
the voice in my head sometimes.
it's like I mean, people need, like, I just share with people, you need to get out of your house. Okay. You
Yeah.
got to get out of the house. I mean, I know people are living in fear, but through encounters, there's opportunities everywhere. And if we set that
Community is
intention
community.
before we leave the
Hmm.
house and say, okay, Lord, I'm ready. I'm ready for, I'm ready for transformation. I'm ready for growth.
Yes.
I'm ready for encounters.
Those
You'll
are my new
attract and
words. I'm ready.
manifest that. Yeah.
Yes. So that's a really great space to pivot. I know that you have shown up for our nation and really promote positivity with all that's been going on with, politics and this pandemic and whatnot. And I can't help but notice the glory in the patriot that's in you. And I just wanted to just say thank you for praying for our country and praying for the people of our country, and rather than focus on the dis-ease, you focus on the blessings and offer mercy and compassion. And I just wanted to say thank you and ask you more than ever, why? What is your why in that? What do you believe, and what is your reason for being and giving the way that you do in those spaces?
I have to say it's God because I know where I came from. Okay. And you're talking about a young girl homeless at 15, not knowing what to do and sleeping on a bus from 8 months. Okay. To becoming an entrepreneur. Okay. For over 28 years now. Okay. I've never worked for anybody else. Um, After I graduated from college, um, you know, except when my husband passed away, I went and waitress for like a year because I needed to make extra money. But so this wonderful country has afforded me a wonderful life. And when I didn't know how to do student loans there was an angel. God put angels in my life all around. I didn't have family that helped me, but these people, strangers, they helped me. They helped me from get to A to B. When I couldn't get a car because I didn't have a driver's license, because you have to have your parents sign for it. I didn't have credit at 18, of course. And this gentleman, this waitress that I was waitressing, and this gentleman that owned a dealership I used to wait on all the time, and he's like, I'm going to give you credit. Okay. And this is a land of opportunity. And he did that because he saw me show up every day, and he saw me taking the bus to work.
Show up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he saw me take the bus. So there's opportunities everywhere. That's why I love our country. I love the men and women that have fought for my freedoms, that I get to show up wherever and
Yeah.
do whatever I want if I do the discipline and I do the work. So I honor those men. I honor our flag. I honor our country, and I honor God because I'm nothing without him.
Yes. It's so honor. What does honor mean to you?
Honor means like I respect. I'm so in awe that some stranger that I don't even know, okay, went to rigorous work to go to boot camp or whatever that place is that they go to learn, to go through all that discipline, give up their family, to fight so that I could stay free. So that's what I get. So when the national anthem is played, you better believe I'm going to stand up for that.
You better
Okay,
believe that.
people,
That's right. Mhm.
strangers did that for me so that I could be an entrepreneur from a homeless girl at 15 when I didn't have a family to take care of me. So we might not have a family, but we can choose family, and we can choose the people we love. So
That's right.
I choose to love the people and respect the people that fought to give me the wonderful life that I have.
Absolutely. And I'm so blessed to share this conversation with you, because I don't hear that enough, and I love hearing that. I love hearing that honor and that gratitude. It's such a beautiful message and reminder of what sometimes sometimes I believe that if we can't see it, we forget it's there. If we haven't witnessed it or experienced it, we take it for granted, or we don't realize it could be or it is. And I think that that is, a lot to be said with what goes on in our country today. Is our media is showing us so many things of misfortune that are helping us focus diligently just on that. And and unfortunately, we're not seeing enough of the things that are going on to do some of the things that there's some sort of crackle or breakup in the background. Is there anything that you can adjust on your sound,
I
Tina?
don't.
Oh, where'd she go? She'll be back. Hopefully she'll figure out the volume on her phone. But what I was saying is that there are so many things that our media likes to focus on. And if we allow ourselves to, you know, plug into that relentlessly, that's all we'll see and believe. And the beauty of faith is being able to believe and know the things that we can't see and to trust that it exists and that it is our power and it is our beauty. And it is from those spaces that we ignite and unfold and become so much more than we ever knew that we could be. And one of the things that I just love so much about our sweet queen, Montina, is that she has this unwavering faith. And it's in that unwavering faith that she inspires us all to be and to remember our goodness in our world and the goodness of the people that are working so diligently to keep us in good spaces and with love and with honor. So, with that being said, I'm just going to reach out and see if my sweet Montina is coming back. Sometimes we have those little glitches in our in our Zooms that knock us off.
Hello, thank you for calling.
Oh,
You've reached Hair Extensions, Michigan.
she's not answering, so maybe she's trying to get back on. So I guess it's just me and you. And until my sweet queen joins us back, I'd just like to just say a few things in regards to some of the things that I notice about her greatness. If you're not following her, please do. She's on Facebook and Instagram. And not only does she deliver beauty and radiance, but she always offers a daily message that is rich in the Lord's word, and uplifting and inspiring. And I think right now our world needs more of that. We can't get enough. And I know that personally, as someone that does the work myself, it has always been great virtue to me to surround myself around others that are doing that as well. And she is someone that I turn to in my day to day to receive light, to receive strength, and to receive grounding. Oftentimes we can see people that just look so effortless and show, this surface. But it's those in life that go below the surface and show you a bit of themselves through transparency and give you insight to their stories from their unwavering faith. Those are the ones that I love to attune to the most. So, with that being said, I just wanted to really salute our sweet queen today. And hopefully, you have all had the opportunity to feel and to see and to understand why I just honor her and cherish her greatness so much and appreciate the blessing that I have in our friendship and our sisterhood. So, with that being said, I would love to take a moment to just pray and to bless this day and ask that all of you that are with me still just take a deep breath in. Hopefully, my sweet queen will join us in prayer from wherever she is in this glitch. But I know that God has created this moment for you and I for greatness. And it is her strength and her light that inspires me to just drop into prayer ever more so in this moment. So let us take a breath in. And let us close our eyes and just sink into that beautiful heart of yours and mine and to feel. and to feel right now, to feel the security in this moment of being, and to know that we are safe, that we are loved, and that we are supported. And that God has some really amazing things coming our way. In fact, most of these opportunities are unfolding with us right now. And that it is in that great expectation of breakthrough and development and glory that we receive the most. And I ask that in this moment, in this beautiful, glorious moment, we feel peace in our hearts. And we send that peace to all beings near and far in our world, and give them the courage and the strength to have unwavering faith as well, and to know that God is working on everything for them, with them, and in and through us. And that as we continue to change our energy and create betterment, uplift, and light, our lives will become better, uplifted, and full of light. I thank each and every one of you. And as I breathe in this moment, I receive you. I hope as I exhale, you receive me. Thank you so much for taking the time to share with me and to feel with me and to heal with me. I appreciate you, and I appreciate all of our queens from the United States pageants. And just want to say I salute you, each and every one of you, in your journeys to the crown, and see you fully, and appreciate all that you do and all that you offer from your hearts and from your faith. Thank you so much for this beautiful Queen Share with Love, and speaking easy from a place of unwavering faith and understanding. May peace be with all of you today. This is Joanna Trey Love, sending you peace, love, and happiness. Have a beautiful, blessed day, everyone. Take care.